Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Welcome back everyone, C118 Liftmaster in 144, my first, and you can see it obviously didn't go to plan along the way. In the end it turned out okay. If you're looking at it from a distance on a high shelf with blurry vision, it looks fantastic. And it is a bit of a shame because it's a really cool subject, cool genre, and I've only got myself to blame for this. I wasn't even sure if I should post the video. I was a bit reluctant, but then I was thinking, it's not completely honest if I only ever post the ones that all go perfect, because real life's not like that. It's not even helpful to anyone. If you're thinking about 144, which opens up whole new territory and, like I say, a genre of planes, or the larger passenger planes for sure, then one of the ones I really want to emphasize is on this cockpit canopy, and we'll get to that in a minute. Before we do, definitely do hit that subscribe button. It helps me out, and then you'll be able to keep up with my weekly videos, which they seem to be at the moment. So back to the build. At this point, I'm really taking care. I'm genuinely excited. It is a different topic for me, something completely new. So I'm test fitting, I'm cleaning up ejector pin marks that you can't even see. The fit itself, is it perfect? No, but someone with more brain power than me would be able to handle this very easily. So I did put in the extra effort. I think there was a couple evenings where I really did go to town on finishing the bodywork, cleaning everything up, using the typical, I think I used 400, 600, 1000 grit, and then back to polish. You can see there that the fit, it's not perfect, but it's definitely manageable. I was coming in, filling things. In this case, it's Mr. Surfacer, I think 1500. Yeah, there it is there. So I was putting in the extra effort, lots of sanding. I'd hate to think how much sandpaper I went through. There was a lot of scraps of sandpaper around. Some of the 144 people will probably already be picking up on the mistake, if you call it that I did make. So I'm really thinking in terms of the metal finish at this point. I haven't really even considered things like the canopy, which is really going to come back and bite me. I'm more thinking about trying to get a nice metallic mirror finish. And while I've never seen a Liftmaster, the paint scheme reminds me very much of the old C-130s I used to see as a kid. They had that silver and white type finish, even with the Royal Australian Air Force. So I'd hate to think how many layers or repetitions of sanding and priming. So basically I'd prime, come back, do a bit of sanding and pick off any high spots. So you can see at this point, I've almost got a mirror finish on this ready for, in this case, I'll use some Mr. Color. But there's a big problem. What I didn't think about, being a complete idiot, is that the canopy on these 144 is actually a big chunk of the fuselage. So I'm going to walk right into this trap where I've put, I think, a couple of evenings of work into getting the fuselage, the wings, the surface finish, all really nice. And then I've got to somehow make this canopy fit. So you can see there how chunky it's looking. And I did one of those really stupid things, which I can't believe I'm doing at my age, but hey, I think we've all done it, where, what's the saying, where if you're in a hole, stop digging? No, I kept digging. I was digging holes at midnight the other night. I was trying to see how far down I could go. This is where the problems really start to creep in. You can see I've filled in where that canopy section joins into the fuselage. Everything else at this point is perfect, but I was a complete muppet. I then got into this, I don't know what you'd call it, frame of mind where I'm thinking, oh, it's late. I think it was near midnight. I just want to get this done. And then I fell into the trap of just spray some extra paint on it. Again, hands up, this was completely on me. Can't blame anyone. I was just not that bright. So at this point, this is where I go, no, I'm not happy with that. So I have to start sanding it back. In relationship terms, this is where I kind of realized, no, this is not working. I've had to stop. I've got out the sandpaper. It's getting late. I'm getting tired. I'm getting fed up with it. I just want this done at this point. And that's a trap in itself where you do get to that point. Smart people would put it aside and walk away. I'm not always that smart. And as I say, it's a shame because I can't blame the kid at all here. Even the paint scheme of that air transport really looks cool. So there was a fair bit of masking, but it's a shame really because I just got to that point where I wanted it done. And I think everyone's been there. So what I'd say, the big takeaway is these 144 planes are cool. It was my first one. I screwed it up. If you're looking at doing them, just remember that canopy, you don't have to mask. There's decals there for it, and you've got to get that really seated well right in the initial part of the build. It's not saying you can come back and easily fix up. So there it is. I'm almost hoping this goes away. I hope you've learnt something from my mistakes. As always, stay safe, have fun out there, enjoy your modelling. I hope you can do this one better than me. Thanks again.